Sorry my hair is messy, but it's always messy, let's be honest. But it's raining today, so everything's extra fuzzy. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about my hair. Hey guys, it's me, the girl that said she was going to film heaps of videos about her final year of uni, and I haven't filmed anything. So, here we go. If you haven't watched my first video, I'll just give you a recap. My name's Willow and I'm doing my third and final year of my Bachelor of Nursing. So I'm currently in week 2, well at the end of week 2, and I just thought I'd do a bit of an update to fill in what's been happening. I've had 2 lab sessions at the uni. So what we've done on the first day, we had our medication administration assessments. We had 3 attempts at those assessments and I failed the first 2. So good. So the scenario was, it was all handwritten medication charts, which I know is, you know, there's so many places that are still handwritten, but going, like, when you're on placement and thing is electronic, so, which is no excuse, but yeah, when you're learning stuff, it's hard when things are chopping and changing from electronic to like handwritten notes, documentation, yeah, handwritten documentation. So for this assessment, the med chart was handwritten and you had to do all your checks, so all your rights and your 3 checks, and like checking for allergies and checking you got the right patient and everything. But on one of them I failed because it didn't have the route on the chart, so you can't give that to a patient because you don't know the route, which is obvious, but anyway. And the other one I failed on because the medication was charted for the morning, so it was charted for 8 AM in the morning, but it was written as night, so nocta? No? Anyway, yeah, so that was wrong. Yeah, so it basically just came down to, you know, me panicking because of that big word that says assessment. But in the real world, I would check that, because especially with the route, how do you know how the medication is given? Anyway, yeah, so it's just little things like that that, you know, remind you to, like, slow down, read everything, do all your checks before you administer any medication. Lesson learned. So what happened was I did the first 2 on the first day, and the lecturer said, go home, refresh, have a think about it, you know, do a bit more practice, and then come back the next week and do the final one. So I did that and I passed it in 5 minutes. Yeah, basically I was just going too fast through them and I was just nervous. The first day was all about health promotion and prevention and health education. So there was 4 scenarios, and one was a diabetic patient, so just teaching or educating them about the insulin injections. Another one was a patient who had to administer Clexane injections, so yeah, just education and how to teach them how to give themselves the Clexane injection. Another one was an asthmatic patient, so teaching them how to use a Ventolin spacer. And the 4th one was a patient who had a suprapubic catheter, so educating them on how to keep it clean and how to change the bags and yeah, that sort of stuff. So yeah, that was really good, and it was good to do as a student because I clearly had no idea what a suprapubic catheter was. So that's the catheter that goes in through just above the pubic bone straight into the bladder. We also did IV infusions, so preparing the medication, preparing the IV infusion thingy, the infusion pump. That's it. Yeah, setting that up, connecting to the patient, and yeah, going through all that. So that was cool. We also learned how to insert a subcutaneous catheter. So that's the needle that just goes into the fatty tissue in the skin, and it sits in there for patients who have, like, if they're getting medications that are 6 weeks or longer, so it's for long-term medications. Yeah, so that's basically a super quick rundown of what I've done at the 2 lab sessions that I've had so far. So with my assessments, I've got 2 due in 2.5 weeks. So I've got 1 due for my wound care unit, and 1 due for my community nursing unit. That's fun. They're not too bad. I just have to spend more time concentrating on doing them. I guess, like, at the start of the term, you're so motivated, as you can probably tell from my last video. But it's hard to keep that motivation going. Well, maybe not so much the motivation, maybe it's more the discipline. The discipline. Especially, yes, with my job as well, because I have either a morning shift, which is 6 a.m. to 1:30 p.m, or the afternoon shift, which is 1:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. And I've definitely found that if I do an afternoon shift, I'm so much more productive in the morning, because I get up at 6 a.m. anyway, and I'm just more focused and more ready to do things. Whereas if I work in the morning and I finish at 1:30, I come home in the afternoon and I am just so tired, and I get home and I have lunch, and it doesn't work very well. So yeah, I have to speak to work about maybe if I can just do afternoon shifts, that would be a lot easier. I hope you enjoyed this little update from me. I do promise to get more videos up. I'm so sorry, but if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It really supports my channel. And if you want to see any more videos, please also leave a comment if there's anything that you would like to know, or just to say hi. That would be nice. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.